Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Good to be with you today. Here it is, a Tuesday. Not quite the middle of another week, but we're getting close. It's warming up around here. Spring's coming. I know in some places spring has already sprung, as they say. And that's an exciting time to watch the birds and begin to think about the flowers and the grass and the other animals. I live in a farm place and it's really a good time to watch around me. And I hope it's a good time for you because God's doing some great things. And I have some encouraging words today to share from the book of Psalms. You know, the book of Psalms has a lot of really good, encouraging words. And I have one for you today. It's from the 29th chapter, and actually the last verse in the chapter, verse 11. It says this thing: The Lord gives his people strength. The Lord blesses them with peace. Man, think about that for a minute. The Lord gives his people strength. Strength for what? Well, everything. You know, maybe you're one of these superhuman people. Everything goes your way. You get to be in charge of your own life. Nothing bothers you. Nobody bothers you. Life just goes smoothly into the future. But I'm betting if you are one of these folks, you are one of a very, very, very few. See, life just doesn't work that way. You know that. There are ups and downs. There are surprises. Things come out of the blue. Didn't even know they were going to happen. You wake up one day and you think, boy, this is a great day. And boom, something changes your whole attitude. Well, what do you do in those time periods? Some people say, at least the guys, just suck it up. As the British say, keep a stiff upper lip. You know the saying, the tough gets the tough going. Well, all of that's hogwash. It really is. It is useless, pious platitudes for most people. But this one isn't. The Lord gives his people strength. Strength for whatever comes down your pike, your way, whatever happens. Strength to be happy. You know, some people don't like being happy. I don't know why that is. They just can't go through life and smile. If they let God in their lives, let him rule, they'll find a whole new way to live. Strength to overcome whatever happens. Until this life in the flesh is over, we won't reach utopia, where everything is wonderful and God is overwhelmingly present in everything and every moment. That's called heaven. You got to wait for that. And it's worth waiting for. But in the meantime, you got to live. You got to earn a living. You got to eat. You got to take care of your family. Your family's got to take care of you. You got to figure out what to do occupationally. You got to figure out where to live, how to pay for all that stuff, and so on and so on and so on. And then comes the things like sudden health problems you didn't even know about. God gives strength to overcome any of that all the time. Now, how do you know God's giving you strength? Well, the next verse tells us. The Lord blesses them, his people, with peace. Peace is one of those things that you can't really define, but you certainly can understand and know. Peace is being in the middle of a storm and being okay with it. Peace is knowing you've done everything you can do. The rest is up to God. Many of you know that I taught college for a long time. I've had a lot of students who come to tests and they're really uptight. And I understand that. Tests are important. They determine your grade in the course. They give you the chance to demonstrate how much you know. And I've taken a lot of tests. I've taken a lot of college and graduate school courses. And every time I came to a test, I would say, you know, God, I tried to do the best I could to prepare. So I'm asking that you'll just help me find wisdom in this exercise. I never asked him to help me to do well. I didn't think that it was right to ask him to somehow give me a good grade if I didn't spend the effort to it. I also didn't ask him to excuse me if I piddled. But many of the times, something would come up that was more important that I thought than studying. And so maybe I didn't get as much studying as I wanted, particularly when it came to seminary, because I pastored churches while I was in school. And I always thought ministering to the people in church was more important than a test in seminary. You see, God gives us peace, a peace to just relax and know that we've done the best that we could. And that's all God could ask. I remember when I was working on my PhD, I had to take an 8-hour test in theory and an 8-hour test in methods. Methods I wasn't concerned about. I was good with math, that sort of thing. It came to theory. Well, theory is a whole different animal, and the people grading that exam I knew were really different. So I went into the test and I said, you know, Lord, I know a lot of theory. I don't know if I know enough to suit these folks, but I'll write as much as I can and I'll leave the rest in your hands. Well, evidently I did enough because I got my doctorate. But I didn't really do that. I trusted God's strength, who gave me peace. And in the moment of peace, I wrote as much as I could think to write. In lifetime, when things come up that we weren't expecting, that's when we really need God's peace. And I know I've been there, and I'm going to be there again before my life ends. I'm going to be at some spot that I'm totally out of control over. There's nothing I can do except trust God. And it says here that He'll give us strength and He'll show us peace. If that doesn't describe your life today, well, then change. Let Him come into your life and let Him take over and show you just what a great God He is. Well, thanks for listening. If you are facing one of these times and you need prayer, let us know. If there's something else coming up that you need help with, call us. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.